Good morning, everyone. I am appreciative of the mayor for allowing me the opportunity to address the commission today. For those of you who don't know me, I am Jill Fitcheard, the Executive Director of the Community Oversight Board and the Metro Nashville Community Oversight staff. So a little background about me. I have spent over 25 years working in the criminal justice field. My entire career has been one of service to the community. I have policing, probation, parole, and investigative experience, as well as working as a CJ instructor at a small college here in Nashville. I have worked extensively with the Nashville criminal justice system, including judges and public defenders. And I've spent many years training others in the field of criminal investigations. I have worked with many people of this city who are experiencing poverty, addiction, homelessness, domestic violence, mental health and reentry issues, and looking at possible death sentences. I call Nashville home, and I am proud of the work that I have done for this community and what I have accomplished with the Community Oversight Board. But enough about me. We are here today to address what is happening in this city and cities across the nation. We know why we are here today. We are here because there is a crisis in policing. We all have seen the video of Mr. George Floyd taking his last breath as a uniformed officer placed his knee on Mr. Floyd's neck. I'm sure we all felt the outrage when we saw that murder happen right before our eyes. And that may not have been the first time that you were exposed to that type of lingering trauma of violence being streamed across the television screen. Nashville is not exempt from that occurring here, because it has happened, maybe not exactly like George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, but death of a community member by MMPD has occurred. And because of that type of force and a host of many other challenges that has plagued our city's police department, you are here to review MMPD's policing practices. You are here to deal with a policing culture that must change. A culture that has structural oppression at its roots and where systemic racism has been allowed to run its course. MMPD has made changes in recent months to their use of force policies, and they understand that there is more room for improvement. I appreciate that they have taken this initiative, and we are on board to help them transform and make sustainable shifts. But not only a shift in the structure and culture, but also a shift in the mindset. My hope is that they are ready to embrace this transformation. I'm sure some of you will ask, what does that mean, or how does that look? Well, let me tell you. That means significant reforms must happen at the policy level. That also means that we must look at their policing and disciplinary practices, their level of cultural competency, their engagement with the community, and their commitment to accountability and transparency. What that means is that we can't continue contradicting ourselves. We now have the opportunity to do something different, something new. And that is reimagining policing through the lens of equity. We can view policing holistically and community-driven instead of training only as a paramilitary organization that relies heavily on being punitive. We must think of ways of restoration and stop viewing our community members as enemies, and we must eradicate bias-based policing and put a stop to this us versus them mentality. MMPD has to listen to our communities, especially those that are marginalized and disenfranchised. They have to have empathy and sincerity. They have to hear the residents and shift from the mindset of warriors to being partners. There's no room for coldness and callousness when building relationships as partners or guardians. We want our Nashville police professionals to see us, hear us, protect us, and serve us. That us is everyone equally, no matter what their condition, no matter where they live, and no matter their color or the skin they live in. You are here today because each of you have a unique perspective that the mayor feels could shape MMPD's policing policies. My charge to you is to listen to one another. For those of you with tremendous criminal justice backgrounds, take the time to hear from those who may have lived experiences and perspectives that are different from yours. You are here today to assist with making changes that are intentional, impactful, and will be central to taking our Metro Nashville Police Department into the 21st century and being on the right side of history. So, in closing, I would certainly be remiss if I didn't mention that over 100,000 Nashvillians voted to have a community oversight board. And it is in that spirit of community, partnership, and engagement that myself and the COB staff will be available to assist you with policy questions, research and data, and here to be an independent resource to you for anything that may help you reach your expected outcomes. So let's maximize this moment. I will end with one of my favorite quotes by Dr. King, in hopes that it will resonate with you as it has resonated with me. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must make it. He must take it because his conscience tells him it is right. So thank you for your time. And I just want to take a second to acknowledge the chair of the COB, Ashley Davis, on this commission, as well as my Tennessee State University undergraduate professor, Mr. Larry Woods. It was Professor Woods who inspired me to continue working in the criminal justice field and gave me a passion to pursue an understanding of justice. Thank you for your time.